Hey guys, it's Katie and Matt here with R.E.A.L, which stands for real. And what else?
Real estate, life,
All that stuff.
all that good stuff.
So we are your favorite real estate team. Here I am looking at my notes, and
Hey,
I
you're
shouldn't
looking at
be
your
looking at my
computer.
notes. And we're based in the Phoenix area, based in Phoenix, Arizona. We have a team, Team Evo AZ, and our podcast is like just about real estate, Phoenix, our lives, parent life,
Yeah,
that kind of thing. And so we did a really cool thing last week.
we did. We did something that was amazing.
It was very amazing, and we want to do it again and again and again. So we went on the Disney cruise
It was amazing.
again and again and again. So we left from San Diego. So we're based in Phoenix, flew to San Diego, left from San Diego, hopped on the boat. That day we were at sea at about 4 o'clock, I think.
Yeah, I think
4 or
we
5 o'clock.
embarked. Yeah, we pushed off. I think right around. Oh yeah, 4:30, 5 o'clock. We were on the boat by 1.
Something like that.
1:30.
Anyways, and eating. We started eating at 1 and we stopped eating at 8:30 when we got off the boat on Friday.
Yeah,
The food is just absolutely phenomenal. But anyway, we left at about 4 or 5 o'clock on Sunday night. We were at sea all day on Monday. So we got to explore the boat. We got to play on the water slide, meet some characters, eat some food. Did I mention eat some food? And then on Tuesday, we stopped at Cabo.
we're in Cabo. Yep.
We were for the day. And then another day at sea on Wednesday, Ensenadas on Thursday, and Friday we got off the ship in the morning,
Yep.
hopped back on a plane back to Phoenix. So we just wanted to kind of take you through a little bit of our experience, what we really loved, which was everything
Pretty
kind of
much
notice,
everything. Yeah.
and kind of answer some questions that some of our friends and family members have had since we've gotten off the boat. We thought it'd be super helpful for our audience to answer those for you. So it all started with a wish. And I really, 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 really wanted to go on a Disney cruise. And I've been
Talked
talking
about
about
it a lot.
a lot
A lot.
for like a couple years even.
And it's cool because usually I'm the one that's really always talking about vacations. She has a hard time, especially unplugging and going on a boat and leaving.
Right. And so finally I was just like, look, I called up one of my friends, Shayna Omar. She's works for the Pixie Planner. She helped us plan our cruise. Very awesome, by the way. Talk to her for anything Disney. She's amazing. And we booked it. And we had been talking about it for a couple of years because our son just turned 5 in February. And we had been given some advice way back when that like Disney's cool, but wait until, they're 5 or 6 and they can really enjoy it. Which that happens to be one of our questions, but let's get to that right now. I am so glad that we waited until he was 5.
Absolutely. No, I think for our sake, for his sake, for everyone else's sake, I think that's a perfect age.
It was. And I mean, we weren't changing diapers. We weren't dealing with, formula or whatever it is.
Crazy meltdowns,
all that
weird
stuff.
sleep schedules, all that stuff.
No naps, nothing like that. So we could just go. And we did. And we saw a lot of parents actually on the boat that had the younger kids.
Yeah.
And, they were making it work. But I honestly feel for the best experience, having, be about 5 years old was really good. It was really good for us. It's still very magical for him, and was awesome for us. And also Kids Club, which I'm just going to jump right into it. Kids Club is perfectly epic for parents. It is basically opens at 9 o'clock in the morning. I think it closes at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't have our kid there the whole entire time, of course, but you can. And, you can drop him off for a couple of hours, maybe do lunch, maybe do dinner, just the two of you, and then come back and pick him up. But I really liked his age for Kids Club because I wasn't so concerned. I knew that he could communicate back to me. I'm sure everything that happens in Kids Club is wonderful, but as a parent, it's good to hear that from your child. So I was glad that he was able to communicate back with me about, what did we do at Kids Club? Did everything go well? That kind of thing. And that he was potty trained and he could use the bathroom on his own. Yeah.
And Disney has like all these amazing things in place to make the experience that much better as far as communication goes with your kid. They give him this cool little wristband that monitors where he's at. Every time you check him in, they have to identify that you're the parent. They make sure you have your phone. Phones are in the room. It's like a little cell phone thing, and you can communicate with them or any passengers through this phone the whole time you're on the ship.
Which is pretty
So
cool.
it's really cool. So anytime that he's ready to go, you can go up to one of the staff and say, hey, call my mom, call my dad, whatever. And then they notify you. So anywhere on the ship, you get a text, kid's ready to be picked up. Go pick him up. Sometimes you show up and he's like, I changed my mind. I want to keep partying. He did that to us like
happened
3
to us a
times.
couple times. Which is fine.
Yeah.
But it's really weird when you're just used to having your kid with you all the time. And then all of a sudden they're at kids club and they're having a blast. And then you kind of look at each other and you're like,
yeah,
what do we do now? So the beginning, so getting it booked, I strongly suggest going through somebody like the Pixie Planner that knows what they're doing, that can, really describe and really set expectations well for you, also get you some discounts and things like that. That's what we did. And she sent us, now Matt handled all of that stuff in the beginning. So she sent us like tips.
She sent us tips. The biggest thing is there's so many moving parts because you got to figure out your transportation to and from, how you're getting to port. Everything that coincides with that. There's so many different packages. There's so many different experiences that you can pre-book, dinners, so on and so forth. So she really helps guide you kind of in an efficient manner so you're not overwhelmed going, oh my God, how do I do all this? And you just, sometimes when you get overwhelmed, you just say, I don't want to do any of it. Or and you just make hasteful decisions and then you regret it. So
definitely go through a travel agent, Pixie Planner. They specialize in Disney experiences. They're great. So a couple of things that we learned about prior to our trip that we'll just tell you a little bit about. So the Disney Cruise Line is epic, and it's epic for a reason. They have the most exquisite client or guest experience, I guess is what they call it. It's like when I got home, I had to figure out how to do things on my own again. Like, where's the lady that fixes my bed at night? And where's the coffee? My coffee's out. Oh, I need a new towel. Like, I had to do all that stuff on my own. You don't do that on your own on the Disney boat.
You have me. I do that for you here.
Wait a minute. What? That's on record. So anyways, a couple of the things that we did participate, and then some other things that we wish we had participated in, kind of learned about this stuff before we got on the boat. Definitely get a lanyard. So you're going to have a card. I wish I had mine right now, but you're going to have a little card. It's called the Key to the World. You need to keep that on you at all times. That gets
opens your room. It checks you into kids club, out of kids club.
Right.
Pay everything on it.
You need that. So get a lanyard, something that goes around your neck, something that's easy. We bought our own. I did see on the boat that people had special Disney ones.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you just buy that there, or if you're, an elite member, if they give that to you or what. That's a question for Shayna, but get one. Also, you can order them on Amazon, which is what we did. And they had a whole bunch of designs. We got Star Wars. They had Mickey. They had all kinds of stuff. You can also get trading pins. So this was a trivia question on the boat. I think it was 2008 they introduced the trading pins. And that's basically like you get all these little Disney pins, and they're really cute. They have Mickey Mouse head backings. And you stick them all over your lanyard, and you're supposed to trade them with other guests and with crew members. You got to ask them, though, because I only traded one. And
I didn't see.
I asked the crew member. There wasn't.
She
much
really loves
trading.
it. She's been about these lanyards and these pins since we booked it.
I still wear it.
She still wears it, and so I think she really likes her lanyard.
Kind of obsessed with the pins.
A little obsessed with the pins.
Yeah, but
Jackson and I were like, we didn't bring our lanyards. Mom's like, where's your lanyard? She has it everywhere.
You didn't care.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll trade your pins. Fine, I'm stealing all your pins. So you get the lanyard, get the pins if you want to do the trading thing. They most definitely have Pirate Night on the Disney Wonder.
Yes.
That is the boat that we went on. We were not told. We discovered through research or whatever that we may not have a Pirate Night because we weren't in the Caribbean, Pirates of the Caribbean. But we did. And we were in San Diego on the Wonder.
And I talked to some, it was really cool. You meet so many people that are on the boat, diverse groups of people. Met people that don't even have kids. There was one girl that was 22 years old that has been on 35 Disney cruises. Her parents brought her up on the cruises. They went twice a year. Regardless, she's been on all of them. And she says most of the time they have, 99% of the time, all the ships have a pirate party. And it's usually like that middle night of the trip.
Which was Wednesday for us.
Tuesday night.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So another little, I digress for a moment. We did talk to several couples, speaking of talking to other people on the boat. We talked to several couples some that are like retired and in their 70s and they haven't brought a kid on the boat for the last 20 years and they insist on Disney cruises. They've been on other cruise lines, but they have stated that the guest experience is the most exquisite on the Disney. Like Disney knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
So if
the cleanliness, all that,
so super clean,
so
everything
clean.
was amazing. So if you're wondering, oh, hey, I don't have kids, like click, swipe right, past the Disney video. Don't pass the Disney video. Listen to what we have to say because, oh my God, we're lifers. I think even once Jackson is sick of hanging out with us, we're probably still going to go on the Disney cruise.
And like there's parts of the ship that are designated just for adults. So there's all these different bars. Right. There's a whole pool deck that has jacuzzis and a pool and lounge chairs, coffee shops. Yeah, all these things, shows, all these things that are for 18 plus. So it's really neat.
Right.
Really neat.
So back to Pirate Night. So take some pirate stuff with you.
Yeah.
They give you a little bandana. It's really cute, but that's all that our family had to participate in Pirate Night. We could still participate and went to the party and the fireworks and all of the stuff, but we didn't feel as cool as the families that were walking around in full pirate attire.
Some people like were literally pirates in past lives. They got down. Their whole family. They were
and their
sword
babies.
fighting
their babies.
and like it was crazy, but it was awesome. You just felt the fun and excitement radiating from them. It was really cool.
So bring pirate stuff. Your door you can stick magnets to your door. We weren't sure about that. If you go on the Disney Wonder, you definitely can. So bring magnets, bring things to decorate your door with. One thing is that if you damage the door, which I imagine would be very hard to do, but if you damage the door, there's like a charge for that.
Yeah, and it's a metal door. So I would just don't bring tape, don't bring stuff that's going to goo it up or take the paint off. Bring magnets. Anything that's, magnet decal type things. Yeah.
It helps. I think for a couple of things, it's really cute and fun to do. And then you can identify your door pretty quick and easy by, seeing what you've decorated it with. Kind of helps your 5-year-old to find the door. How many times were we walking down the hall and is it this one? Is it this one?
No, he would just try to open all the doors.
Is it this one?
So he was getting people in check. It was good.
Kind of funny.
Housekeeping.
Disney ears. So we thought to get custom Disney ears. We got custom Disney ears done by Dawn, a friend of ours, and she did ears for us. It was kind of a mixed bag. There were a lot of people that did wear the Disney ears, and then there were people who didn't wear them either. So I don't think it's a must. I think it's just like
just fun if you wanted to do it, but don't feel obligated.
Feel obligated. Is there anything else Disney-wise that we wish we would have brought done? I don't think so.
Not Disney. Maybe a little bit more attire even for us as the adults. It just seems like everyone had some sort of like Disney shirt or Disney something.
Oh, yeah,
we didn't have that. Our Jackson, he had a couple Disney outfits, where he had Mickey Mouse or Pluto or Goofy, whatever, on a shirt and stuff like that. But you really start to see that families band together and they kind of go on with their own apparel where they literally have like Team Lamb Fam or like whatever we do to represent our family. A lot of other families did have that kind of brought them together as a team, and it was really cute to see.
It was really cute. So that's kind of, our basic experience booking it, our suggestions there, kind of what you can do to participate in all things Disney. Get yourself set up before you go. We have several questions, unless there's anything else you want to add about our trip. We have several questions that we can answer real quick now.
Yeah, you could totally give it. The one thing that I would want to say, and we'll do it after the question. So go ahead, because I might answer those.
Okay, perfect. So I got several questions from friends and family members when we came back, and I've got a little list here on the side. So first question is, did they have tons of kid activities? Oh my God. They have tons of kid activities. They have tons of adult activities too. So obviously there were the character meetings. So you would get your itinerary every day. You have a little app on your phone that you can look through and see what the itinerary is for each day, but you also get a hard copy every day. And so they would tell you like which characters were available at which times on which decks, and you could go take pictures with them, meet them, get their autograph, things like that. There were a couple of character dances.
Yeah, where they come out and the kids can interact and dance right with all the characters.
Really fun. Couple of dance parties.
Lots of arts and crafts.
Tons of arts and crafts.
Like they always have these where they'll have someone that works on the ship that's an artist, and they walk you through how to draw Pluto.
That was cool.
How to draw Goofy.
We did a few of those.
How to do 3-dimensional creations. And these are happening probably, I'd say 4 to 5 times a day on various parts of the ship. So like they do it so you really don't miss anything. If you can't go because you have a brunch at a certain time or your dinner at a certain time or other things, you're going to be able to get it. So it's super cool.
So kids club packed with activities. Obviously, they're there to just make the kids have the best time ever, not want to leave kids club. That's their goal, right? And they hit their goal,
They
let me
hit their
tell
goal.
you.
And
Go ahead.
their level of caring is unbelievable, and you realize this when you get on how much they want to know about your kid's diet, what he likes, what they what they don't like, and it's unbelievable how thorough they are to make sure that this kid's experience is perfect.
They
From
feed them in
and
there.
they feed him, so if he's there for lunch, he's there from dinner, or your kids, they go, and you don't have to worry about it. And then you come back and they tell you everything they eat, and it's amazing. And I don't know how he could still eat after he ate like 75 ice creams. They have all you can eat ice cream that changes every day, different flavors, self serve. Yeah.
And then throughout the day, they have adult activities too. Like there's, trivia in the bar, different things like that for adults to do, karaoke. There's a movie theater that's constantly running movies. I think they might have even released a new movie while we were on the boat. I think it was Thursday. There was a new movie that was released, but I don't remember the name of it. I swear I heard that. But there are a few, they're Disney movies, but there are a few movies that they played continuously. So if you didn't catch it in the morning, you could catch it in the afternoon, you could catch it in the evening. Really legit. They also have another theater where we caught some really cool shows. So we saw Broadway's Frozen, the musical, which was, I get goosebumps. It was amazing.
It was really, really good.
And then it's a husband and wife magician team from Las Vegas. I don't remember their names. But they were fantastic.
They were unbelievable.
That was a great, great show. And I think they did 2 or 3 shows while we were in the boat. So yes, lots of stuff to do. Not going to be bored. Did you do any excursions? And if so, what was your favorite? Well, we only stopped twice. So there were only 2 opportunities to do excursions. We didn't pre-book an excursion because with it being our first time with our kid, we weren't really sure. Do we want to really commit ourselves to something that's 4 or 5 hours long and it not work out for him?
All these things. Yeah. It's
right. So we didn't in Cabo. We just got off the boat and we just kind of walked around, had some margaritas.
Took a rickshaw. Jackson loved that.
That was fun.
Yeah.
So which was just as well because they had snorkeling, sailing, and something else happening that were the excursions, but they got canceled because of the weather. So we kind of had a little bit rough seas that day. It was really, really windy, so we didn't do much. We just kind of hung out, got some tacos. Ensenada, though.
Ensenada was awesome. We decided since we kind of just freestyled in Cabo, we were going to do something with a little bit more structure. So right when we got off, we signed up and we did a little package that took us to a little local zoo, as we call it, kind of like a petting zoo. It
was scary a little bit.
It was scary, third world country type of zoo, but very clean, and you could tell they were professionals, but definitely not like checks and balances like in America. Off the beaten path in Ensenada's kind of beautiful facility, but you're like, what is this doing here?
Where?
And then we went to the blowhole, which is like the largest natural blowhole in the world. And that's where the ocean crashes into a crevasse on the side of the cliffs and creates this giant splash and this cool, ominous sound.
It's very cool. It's beautiful.
And it's like right on the side of like, almost looked like the Mediterranean, the green and blues. And they had all their little local shops that were selling nuts and goods and all the vendors. Tequila. And we had a lot of margaritas. Kate definitely represented.
Kate got bit by a dog. Don't pet the dogs.
Yeah,
Don't pet any dogs, whether you're in Mexico on an excursion or I don't know what came over me, but apparently I decided to pet a dog. Tequila came over me.
Yeah, she decided to go pet like a stray pit bull, Mexican dog, and she's like, "Hi, cutie," and it bit her. Didn't break the skin, but it definitely bruised her hands and upset her.
It could have bit my face. I still have a little PTSD from that. So, next question: was it overcrowded? Surprisingly, no. So there were like 3,000 people on the boat, and then 1,500 in staff. And the way they have it staggered, like with your meal times and all that stuff, it keeps the flow going. I mean, I don't think
it was crazy. You would think that you'd run into so many people, and of course, if you walk through the center of the boat, it's
a busy time
during those times.
The characters or whatever.
There were times that we were up on the deck, and you'd look around, and you'd be like, "Where are all the people?" Or you know what I mean? They did a great job with that.
It was awesome, and with all the different timed eating, you just didn't feel crowded. There was never a time when we went to the buffet and we were there a lot. that we didn't find a chair. We always had a place to sit.
Usually by the window.
Even if it was packed, we had a place to sit. And then there was never like a time where we couldn't get a seat in a theater or anything like that, or a bar. Like if he was at Kids Club and we decided we wanted to go to the piano bar, it was awesome. So they really know how to do it. I mean, it's got to be down to a science, right?
It's beyond that, yeah.
Was there anything for adults to do, or is it very kid-only themed? Kind of answered that. There are a lot of things for adults to do, child-free. And you also don't have to be, it's going to sound a little bit mean, but you don't have to be around other people's kids either during that time. So you can go to the adult-only section, and it's 18 and up, and that's it, and you get your adult time. It was awesome.
Yeah, there's so many. And like she said, the bars, it's crazy. You go in these beautiful bars, and they're not even packed. Like the servers and the bartenders in there, they remember your name. These guys are geniuses, and it's like you've known them your whole life. They're amazing. Yeah, it was such a great experience.
How far in advance did you book the cruise?
We kind of did that one whimsically.
4 months, I think we were. And you get the advice out there, you know, the normal advice is to book like 6 months, a year in advance. But I don't think that that's overly necessary. Maybe to help budget or something, maybe.
But even then I've heard.
Well, we met a couple that's actually from Scottsdale. We're going to be going out to go hang out with them because our kids hit it off.
Very cool people.
Awesome.
Our Jackson made friends. He
made friends first in the elevator, and then we ended up bumping into them a couple of times later. So it was really cool. But didn't they just book it about a month before they went?
And they did it through Costco, and they just they did it very, very quickly. And at the end of the day, I think that it's just really do your research. But I think starting off by having a travel guide, someone that can handle your travel, like the Pixie Planner.
The Pixie Planner, Shayna is
like I would use that as your baseline. Do all your research, but I think you'll be very happy with the price and what's included in it with the service.
Totally.
She linked all our flights. I can't tell you how much it helped, and then sends you a packet with everything planned. Like, good job, Shanna.
Good job, Shanna. Would you go again?
We're booking one now. I think, we're,
Get out of here.
We would have stayed on the boat. If they didn't make us disembark that morning,
we were staying.
We would have totally stayed right there.
We were going to hide.
I was going to put on a uniform and pretend I was working at the buffet. And
a deal. I totally would. Yeah. For those crab legs, I'd almost do anything. Did you get seasick?
Interesting. Can I go into that one?
Here's all you.
Kate, she has the rock hard stomach and was not worried at all. I have never been on a boat before, a big ship like that, and I was very worried. And same with Jackson, I was worried about him. So fast forward to Tuesday when we're getting off Cabo, we're talking to some people that have been on the boats a lot, and they're like, big swells tonight. We're hitting a storm. There's going to be up to 15-foot swells. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So they're like, go and get nausea medicine. So they give it out for free at the desk. They give adult nausea medicine, and they sell these little bracelets that I don't know how they work, but they work for kids under 12. Probably get them on Amazon and save yourself a couple bucks, but they weren't that bad. They were like $5 in the gift store.
Or $10 for both,
something like that. So, but what we did is we never even brought it up to Jackson, like, hey, you might get sick, you might feel nausea. We didn't even plan it because most of the time, just planning that the power of suggestion is more contagious than the actual effects of something. And sure enough, I woke up in the middle of that Tuesday night because I was like literally rocking on the boat.
It was rough.
She was out cold. And I'm like, you know what? I started panicking because I didn't want Jackson to get up and start vomiting because that's what they said. All the kids sometimes can wake up at night and get sick. And I don't handle that well. So I was more scared of seeing him get sick. So I took one of those nausea pills just to be safe. And I passed out like a rock. Those things are amazing. I think they're like sleeping pills too, but I have best sleep ever. We wake up in the morning and we look over at Jackson. He slept for 9 hours straight. We're like, hey, buddy, how did you do? Did you have a good night's sleep? He goes, it was great. Mickey rocked me to sleep all night long. Didn't even bother him. So our experience...
It's really not that bad.
It wasn't bad.
It's such a big ship that, you feel some movement, but half the time you don't even feel anything at all unless it's rough or you're in the shower.
Yeah, if you're in the shower in the bathroom or close confines, you'll feel it. And the other trick to it when you're cruising is make sure you eat. Have a full stomach. And that's why they serve a lot of food. There's a lot of people that start to feel nauseous, then they don't eat, and then it just continues. Having a full...
Go to the buffet.
Yeah, go to the buffet. Force yourself to eat. Because
force yourself to eat that wonderful food.
Wonderful food.
Force yourself.
But that will prevent you from getting seasick. My mom told me that.
Oh,
She knows a
yay,
lot.
mom. Were you ever nervous being at sea and being stuck, like out there at sea?
Not at all.
I was never nervous. We
No.
could see land a good amount of time. So for our particular cruise, we knew we were pretty close to the shore, but they are very well equipped for that. I even think there's a helicopter landing area
Oh,
there.
totally. Yeah.
So if something were to happen, a really bad break, or you fall down, gush your eye, cut your eye and it's gushing out, whatever, they are equipped to handle a lot of that.
And
I felt safe.
Oh, totally. And one of the things that we noticed, you could see land. There was not one point in time that we could not see land.
There were, but it wasn't very often.
But it was distant. Like you could, and then if you look at most of the cruise line paths that they take, they're relatively close. So I wouldn't be worried about that. She counted how many lifeboats they had right when we got on to make sure everything was perfect.
Make sure.
Yeah.
But we were far enough out that we saw a whale.
She saw a whale. She saw it. She goes, "Is that a mist?" And sure enough, there was the tail. She caught that.
That was awesome. And then we saw 30 dolphins, like a whole thing of dolphins all like chasing the boat almost.
Yeah, it was so really gorgeous.
Cool. Next question. Curious about the internet. My business mamas. So no, there's none. You don't have internet.
They say they give you free Wi-Fi. It doesn't.
You don't. It doesn't work. No. There's no texting. There's no calling. You can get on plans. You can definitely buy a calling plan. I think it's oh my gosh, I saw it too. I think it's 5 cents a text, 10 cents a minute call or something like that. So it's not overly bad. If you need to connect back home, or if you've got a business that can't live without you, you definitely can do that. You can do it at the ports of call. We have Verizon. Verizon worked surprisingly well.
Amazing at both Mexican ports.
At both ports. And then you can I bought a package on the boat. I think it was $20, and I maybe, depending on what you download, right, I maybe had 9 minutes of internet.
Yeah.
So I did my stuff fast. And I didn't get another package. I just waited till we got off the boat the next day to check everything else. And that seemed to work. But I did prepare myself and prepare my team for me being totally unplugged. So, I let my clients know, hey, it might be a couple days before you hear from me, kind of thing. So I think it's a sort of a combination of, you got to prepare yourself to be unplugged for that amount of time. But if you need to plug in, then you definitely have the option. It comes at a cost though.
Yeah.
We already went over a couple of these other things, so I'm skipping over that. Were the Disney characters always out and about?
I would say sporadically, mostly.
You could see them in the hallway sometime, if they were switching, going from one, going back to the dressing room or whatever.
But on that app, it tells you exactly where they're at. So the app that they have, that gives you a whole itinerary for the day, and they'll tell you where characters are at all day. And they spread them out. It seemed like every 15 to 30 minutes, there was a character somewhere on the boat.
And there were a few at a time. What we found, when one of your best friends is a professional photographer, Jessica Nelson, then this seems weird to you. But every day when we were walking around, there were professional photographers there for families that wanted to get family pictures. So there was a bunch of people all spiffy getting family pictures. And then you could also take the pro photos with the characters. So there were a big one was the Pirate Night. Mm-hmm. What's the pirate guy's name? Jack, is it Jack or something like that? Anyways, he was out, and there was a bunch of photos being taken with him. Of course, Mickey, Minnie, Daisy and Donald. Who else was out? Spider-Man was out. Black Widow was out. Belle, Ariel. What's that other? Tiana?
Yeah, Tiana, I think. Yeah.
We didn't see Elsa. We saw Anna.
Yeah.
But anyways, you have a list. You can go and do it. There's plenty of time. The characters reappear. So they're out at least once a day, and if not twice. Mickey comes out a lot.
Mickey's out a lot, which is really
cool. And then the dance parties are epic. Up on the boat. It was so funny. Jackson,
just want to dance.
You do. Jackson got on stage, and it was really funny because when we left, they had the going away party right up on the boat, big dance party, and it's music pumping, and there's characters and all this stuff. So when we stopped at Cabo and we got on the boat and we were about to leave, he goes, "Should we go upstairs for the party?"
He's so ready for it. Yeah.
Oh, that was hilarious. So again, guys, that was our Disney cruise. I'm sure there's stuff we missed that we didn't tell you because we're just so excited. We could talk for hours about this, and we're already at like a half an hour, and we're not going to keep you for longer. But if you have any specific questions about it, we're open books. We're happy to help you. Just message us on any platform that you're listening to this on. Please click follow. Please follow us. Please like us. Give us 5-star reviews. Do all of the cool stuff for us so that we can get our message out to the people. And then you can, of course, communicate back to us if you have any specific questions. We're happy to answer them for you. What's going on in Phoenix right now, real estate-wise?
Real estate-wise is awesome. I almost feel like it's kind of the calm before the amazing storm.
So I'm not going to sleep for the next 4 months.
Probably not. No, there's just a lot of really good ingredients, I think, to a healthy summer market, spring and summer market. Inventories, we were kind of high. We were trickling up, and then all of a sudden, about a month ago, it just dropped. And we're starting to drop more, but we're healthy. There's enough out there for buyers to get stuff and not feel pressured out. Enough for sellers to say, hey, we can sell our house and find something that we're going to like to warrant us to move.
Interest rates are still good.
Interest rates are really low right now. So I think all those ingredients are really going to give us a super healthy spring and summer. So definitely let us know if you have any questions about that as far as positioning or planning if you're thinking about buying or selling in the next 12 months.
We are happy to give advice. And if you're listening to this from another state, we're based in Phoenix, Arizona. If you're listening to this from another state, we have experts in every state that we can connect you with. So feel free to shoot me a text, and that's at 480-250-0023, 480-250-0023. Text me for whatever you need. I gotcha. Bye, guys.
Bye.